Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, happy Wednesday, everybody, and middle of the week. I got my tea. It's hot peppermint tea, and it is, and the tea is hot. So, it's Wednesday. I thought that I would go through and recap some of Real Housewives of New Jersey. I watched it last night, and I am going to spill a little bit of tea on a recap of the Real Housewives of New Jersey right now. Let's get into it. It was shots and shade, and basically everybody was going down to the Jersey Shore to engage in some libations, the drinking. So before they did that, some of the ladies got together. Two of my favorite ladies of the season, Danielle and Rachel, the two new ladies, they got together to look for some bathing suits. And Danielle was talking about how Laura, that's Margaret's ex-best friend, said Margaret has an arsenal of news on people, and she just holds the information and then waits to drop the bomb. So Danielle had thrown that out there, and Rachel was kind of wondering why Danielle is just accepting this information when Margaret appears to have been so nice to her. She's kind of wondering that. Jennifer Aydin, this episode, Jennifer Aydin is also pushing the same narrative. She's pushing the narrative that Margaret has blackmail information on Melissa and Joe that they don't want to get out. And that's why they are Team Margaret. That's why they're riding so hard for Margaret. And that's why they invited Margaret to stay at their beach house, at their shore house down at the Jersey Shore. And a little bit later on, we find out that Teresa and Louie were not invited to stay there, and that kind of rubs Teresa the wrong way. But now listen, Jennifer is so worried about Margaret having all this information and using it at times when it is most advantageous to her. But hold on a second. Didn't Jennifer, earlier in the season, didn't she find out a whole bunch of information from this Laura lady? And she had said that she's going to hold it until a later time, in which maybe it would need to be used against Margaret. So listen, honey, don't be too much of a hypocrite, because you are doing the same exact thing if that's what Margaret is doing. Just saying, tea's piping hot. So they're heading down to the shore. The way that it worked out, the people that were staying together were Jen Fessler. Love Jen Fessler. Love her. Dolores and Rachel Fuda are staying together. In another house is Jackie and Margaret. They're staying at the Gorgas. Once again, Teresa's upset that her brother didn't invite her to stay with them. But what do you expect? I mean, Joe Gorgas says we made up, that they're made up, but you can tell they're just not. And then staying with Jennifer Aydin is Teresa and Danielle. So Jackie, Melissa, and Margaret are talking, and Jackie, listen, I liked Jackie last year, but I don't know if she's just trying to work extra hard to get back in as a full-time housewife or what. But she was talking about they were talking about Danielle not talking with her brother anymore. And we know that it was over, they don't talk anymore because it was over things that what Danielle had posted on her Instagram page. I think he didn't like that she was so like extra on her page, on her Instagram page. So he just, I don't know if she stopped following him. Wait, if she unfriended, I think she unfollowed him maybe, and then he just uninvited her whole family to his wedding. So that's the behind the scenes story. But Jackie and them were talking about it, and Jackie had said something like, do you think that's the full story? And Margaret said, I don't think it is. And then Jackie said that she thinks Danielle is hiding something that she thinks wouldn't look so great for her, that would look bad on her. And then she called Danielle a clearance aisle snooki. Listen, please just listen. Work on getting yourself better. Don't work on getting yourself back onto the show. Work on getting yourself better. It seems like she is getting herself better. Work on getting your shit better. That's it. I mean, come on. And whose business is it of yours anyways as to what happened? It's none of your business. So from right on now, and Margaret was actually upset because they had brought it up that it was brought up that it was said that Margaret has an arsenal to just unload on someone. And God bless Melissa. I mean, Melissa Gorga, beautiful as she is, beautiful lady. Like, if I could be built like any one of the housewives, I would probably want to be built like Melissa Gorga. If I had Melissa Gorga's body, I'm going to tell you, I would go grocery shopping in a bikini if I had that body. Beautiful. But did not know what arsenal is. She thought it was a book. Beautiful though. So they go to Melissa and Joe's. Melissa and Joe have a luau, and I have to say, all of the guys looked very nice in their Hawaiian shirts. To be honest with you, I thought they all looked really good. The only man that was not there was Paul. So Dolores went by herself, and before that, a little bit before that, Paul was saying that, you have to, things are changing. I mean, you're no longer with Frank, so things are changing a little bit. He's going to have to cut the cord a little bit. I get it. And then when Dolores, who is it? Dolores, Frank, and Brittany is Frank's girlfriend. When they were talking at the luau, the two of them were kind of upset that Dolores wasn't going to stay there with them at their house, and he's kind of upset that Paul isn't going out and doing things. Listen, that's just it. He doesn't want to be a part of it. I mean, he just wants a relationship with Dolores. And what's Dolores? And then he's making Dolores feel bad. No, listen, you're divorced. You got your girlfriend and she's with Paul now. Let it go. That's it. So Margaret is talking to Teresa, and Margaret tells Teresa that Rachel and Danielle were telling her that Teresa told her that Margaret is a better friend than an enemy. So Teresa is telling, Rachel and Danielle, hey, listen, it's better to have Margaret as a friend than an enemy. And Margaret was like, I thought that we made up. I mean, what's the deal with this? Why are you talking like this? And then Teresa immediately is right there in front of Rachel and is saying, why are you trying to cause a problem? Why are you trying to cause a problem with me and Margaret? And Rachel had basically off camera had said, there's no problem that there's no problem that she repeated that. But the problem was that Teresa had said it in the first place, that it was said in the first place. True. And Rachel, to me, Rachel Fuda seems like she's just a very upfront kind of person. You say it, then if you say it, I'm going to repeat it. Maybe you shouldn't have said it. Right. That's correct. Maybe don't say it if you don't want it repeated. Jennifer Aydin's husband, Bill, is getting drunk as can be and smoking a cigar. I'm going to tell you once again, this guy is creepy. This guy is creepy as shit. I don't care what anybody says. He creeps the F out of me. I don't like him. He just creeps. And then Jennifer Aydin going and talking about how she's going to stick her finger up his butt. Get out of here. Ugh. No, thank you. No, thank you to that. Everybody got drunk. Everybody was drunk, and they felt like the guys were going to initiate John Fuda into their little fraternity or whatever they consider it. So they waxed his chest. Now listen, he was so drunk he probably didn't feel any of it. So good on you, John Fuda. And then we got a little bit of a background on the history between Teresa and Melissa Gorga's mother and sister. Basically what it was a few years ago, I believe it was quite a few years ago. It was like, I believe it was around the time maybe when Melissa and Joe came on the show, because they showed a clip back from the big fight, when there was that big fight at the christening. And so I believe it was when Melissa and Joe came on the show. But after that, Melissa's sister and mother had taken to the social media, spreading all kind of things about Teresa and talking badly about Teresa. So that's why she had beef with them. That's why she didn't want to invite them. Then Louis comes out and says, well, I talked to Donna. I guess Donna's her mother, Melissa's mother, and had apologized and had said, talked about it. And Teresa was not happy. Teresa was saying off camera, she's not happy, but she loves Louis and she knows he's trying to keep the peace. So she was like, well, if you want to invite her, go ahead and invite her. So they were looking for her and she wasn't there. So, but Teresa gave in and was like, that's fine. And lastly, Margaret, Jackie, and I don't know if it was Melissa, were talking, but it was mainly Margaret and Jackie who were talking about Danielle and talking once again about how they think she has something to hide in her feud with her brother. And Danielle does not like that. If she hears you, she doesn't want to hear her name in your mouth if she can't have, a seat at the table for this conversation. And Dolores and Margaret. So Dolores goes over to, so Dolores talks to Danielle and tells her, listen, they're upset about the fact that you said that Margaret has this arsenal that she just holds over everybody's head. And Danielle had basically said that she was just repeating what she had heard, and that if they don't like this, then they should talk to her rather than do this high school bullshit of like talking behind somebody's back and causing all this drama. And Danielle is having a real hard time with this. She's having a really hard time with this. Melissa also talks to Danielle and tells her that the ladies feel like she's not telling the full story in regards to the feud with her brother. And at that point, Danielle is just like, forget it. I'm leaving. She gets Jennifer and her husband. She gets Teresa and Louis, and she says, we're going to leave because she doesn't know what she's going to do. She doesn't know how she's going to handle it, and she doesn't want to just pop off and act all crazy and hit somebody. And I'm going to tell you, that right there, yes, I completely agree with that. Rather than start screaming and throwing something or throwing punches, just leave and calm down. I get that. But once again, whose business of it? But once again, whose business is it that you have to know what's going on in her life, in her family? Jackie, you don't even know her, okay? So no, I agree. I agree with Danielle on this one. And then that was that. On Watch What Happens Live afterwards, it was Rachel Fuda. It was Jennifer Fessler. Please listen. Andy Cohen is not going to watch this. Please make Jen Fessler a For Real housewife. Please. I love her. Despite the fact that she was on Watch What Happens Live, both of their husbands were bartenders. And Jen Fessler got a facelift. I believe she got a nose job. And she lost some weight. And Andy had asked, how did you do it? And she said, well, I think you've heard of peptides. And then Andy had said, oh, is it like a little Ozempic or something like that? And she came out and said it is. That's the only thing that I'm not a fan of. I mean, people need Ozempic to control their diabetes. And then people are taking it just to lose weight. I'm like, I did not like that. That being said, I still love Jen Fessler, and I still wish that she was a For Real full-time housewife. So please, somebody jump on that, please. Somebody. So repeat after me, or repeat along with me. So repeat along with me. And with that being said, please let me know if you watched what you thought about last night. And with that being said, take a drink. Every time I say with that being said, take a drink. Tea. I am off to watch Vanderpump Rules. Vanderpump Rules tonight. And with that being said, everybody have a great rest of the week. If nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. Please, if you're someplace where it's cold, please stay warm. Please stay safe. Treat everybody the way you would want to be treated, and let's take care of one another. And I love you guys. Bye, guys.